The first video I made on this topic turned out pretty successful, but it was rather unstructured. Therefore, I decided to make another video on the same topic. This video will be useful for both beginners and intermediate skaters. Let's start with the fundamental move in skating, the push. Here is the footage of my first day of skating. As you can see, my strides are short and not very balanced. Now take a look at my wheels. They are worn differently on the right and left skates. There are a couple of reasons why this happens. Your legs might be unevenly developed, or your sense of balance might be better on one leg than the other. Now let me tell you how I fixed this. I didn't. Instead, I just kept skating, trying to improve my balance. I practiced skating on one foot and then the other. Eventually, as your legs becomes more balanced, the wear on your wheels will even out. Another useful technique that is extremely helpful in improving your balance is the T-push. This is particularly useful when you're skating through narrow spaces, where you cannot perform a full stride. It's easy to do on your dominant side, but it can be surprisingly challenging on your non-dominant side. I also find this technique useful on gravel, as regular skating strides don't work well on gravel or sand due to skidding. But the T-push is very effective. When your balance is good enough, you can try something truly amazing that is unique to inline skating, the double push. Mastering a proper double push is quite challenging, so it's completely up to you if you want to excel at it. However, you can incorporate elements of the double push, specifically skating on both inner and outer edges of your skates. This will allow you to extend your glide, save your wheels, and generally make your skating experience more enjoyable. Let me quickly go through the key points of the double push. Compression of your wheels against the surface is what keeps you moving. The main goal of the double push is to maintain constant compression. Without the double push, compression is generated only by the pushing leg. With the double push, compression is generated at all times. A properly executed double push allows you to maintain the force that drives you forward continuously. Unfortunately, my own double push leaves much to be desired. Now let's talk about the parallel turn. This is a move you must master on both sides, as you will need to perform turns in different directions. As always, there will be a dominant side that feels natural and fluid, and the other side might feel like it belongs to a completely different person. I adore this move because it opens the door to one of the most exciting aspects of inline skating, especially on rockered frames, carving. The secret to good carving lies in manipulating your center of gravity in conjunction with legs positioning. When executed at a decent speed, it brings me immeasurable joy. To master this move on both sides, try to make your turns as sharp as you can. Next, crossovers. I mentioned these in my previous video. To avoid repetition, let me just say that there are at least two ways to execute crossovers. One involves slow, long strides common in speed ice skating, while the other is a sequence of short, quick moves typical in ice hockey. Being able to do one doesn't necessarily mean that you can do another. I started with long crossovers. I think they are easier to start with. The quick, short crossovers resemble running. It is totally worth it to learn them perfectly on both sides. As perfect as you can. You'll never regret it. Finally, we have the T-stop. Practice this on both sides to save your wheels. Other stopping methods don't necessarily need to be symmetrical, though the salt slide can be useful for saving your wheels as well. But as for the T-stop, it's very important that you can do it on both sides. Instead of shaving off the wheels on one side, you can alternate your legs until you come to a full stop. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.